Hey there, whip enthusiasts! Welcome back to Bombastic Whips, the channel where we deep dive into the cracking world of whips. Today we're tackling one of the most common questions for new and seasoned whip crackers alike. What whip length is right for you? Alright, so you've been browsing whips and you've seen whips ranging from 4 feet all the way up to 12 feet or more. But which one is actually right for you? Well, choosing the right whip length isn't just about grabbing the biggest or the smallest one you can find. It's about experience, what you're going to do with it, and even your own personal style. Let's start with the basics. Whips generally come in a few different lengths: short whips, medium length whips, and long whips. Each one has its own strengths and weaknesses, so let's break it down. First up, we have short whips. Whips around 4 to 6 feet, and they're perfect for beginners. They're lighter, easier to control, and they're awesome for practice. If you're just starting out, you want to focus on accuracy and technique, and a short whip is fantastic. Next, we've got medium length whips. Typically, they're 7 to 9 feet. These whips are the all-around type of whips. They're long enough to give you that impressive loud crack and long enough for a great flow. If you're looking to go beyond the basics and really start exploring whip artistry, a medium size is a solid choice. This length is often preferred for whip tricks and routines because it strikes a balance between both control and power. Finally, there are long whips, and those are usually about 10 feet or more. These whips are beasts. They are heavy, powerful, and perfect if you want those big, booming cracks. Long whips are great for outdoor practice and are ideal for advanced whip crackers. But fair warning, they do require a bit more strength and control. So if you're up for a challenge and love the dramatic effect, a long whip might be the right one for you. All right, so you've got an idea of the different lengths, but how do you actually choose? Well, let's consider two things: your experience level and your goals. If you're just starting out, I'd recommend going with a shorter whip, around 4 to 6 feet. This length is the most forgiving, so you can focus on learning, control, and technique without getting overwhelmed by the weight or length. If you've been cracking for a while and you feel sort of confident, then stepping up to a medium-sized whip, around 7 to 8 feet, can add some style and flair to your routine. This length is also fantastic for trick work, like double cracks, overheads, and even some flow moves. And for those advanced, seasoned pro out there, go big. Long whips require precision and power, but they're a reward for those long, big cracks. They're best outdoors where you have room to move and can appreciate the full power and presence of the whip. Before you decide, here are a couple things to think about. First, where will you be using your whip? If you're indoors and in a tight space, a short whip is the best. For outdoor settings and wide open areas, go for longer whips. Also think about the weight. Longer whips tend to be heavier, so if you're not used to it, you could end up with some really sore arms. So what's the right length for you? It all boils down to your skill level, where you'll be practicing and the kinds of cracks you're looking for. Beginners, go for a short whip. Intermediate, try medium. And for the whip veterans out there, challenge yourself with a long whip. Personally, I like the versatility of a medium-sized whip. The length is just enough to do those big cracks, but still easy enough to control. But hey, everybody's different. So try out a few if you can and see what feels right. And most importantly, have fun with it. Don't stress out over it. And if you get the wrong one, contact your seller and see if he'll be able to change it for you. Thanks for tuning in to Bombastic Whips. If this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more whip cracking tips and tricks. Got a favorite whip length? Let me know in the comments down below. Want some whip merch? Head on over to merch.bombasticwhips.com where you can browse our t-shirts, sweatshirts, and even stickers. As always, I'll see you in the next one, and stay cracky.